Hey, it's Phila. You're watching Phila TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm no cinematographer, just a dude with a camera. Anyways, when I got my bus a couple of years back, I was really excited. I was determined to, make it look trick. So my idea was that I was going to lay it on the ground, just slam, narrowed front end, BRMs, the works. Leave the patina and do everything else. So I got the thing, ready to work on. I bought a brand new 4-inch CB beam, new, spindles, flip spindles, the works. Anyways, I got it all together, got it in the car, brand new KYBs, the works. And it looked great, but it just didn't really have that ride, that I wanted. I mean, I liked the fact that it was narrow, it was super low, and it just looked trick. I was really stoked about it. But my turning radius was shot. I needed to come down in the back, which I never did, but I just didn't like my turning radius and grinding my steering box. Even though I had a guard, I grind my steering box every time I went up and down my driveway, which I had to do like a 3-point turn. Anyways, I love the narrow look, and I loved it as low as it was. But like I said, the ride just wasn't, what somebody my age really needed. So I thought it was about time, to pull it back in the driveway and put it, put the stock beam back in it, because I couldn't raise the other one because it would hit against my steering shaft. So time to put the old beam back in. The first step is going to be to knock off all this really thick grease that's in here, so I can start cutting it back and clean it up and getting it ready for paint. But as you can see, it's pretty thick, and I don't want to just try and get here with the degreaser because it makes more of a mess. So if I get all these big chunks off of it, it's going to make it a lot easier. So we're going to start with that, on mission to bring the combi back up to stock height. Alright, so I knocked all the crap off of it with my hammer and my chisel and my screwdriver. And then I hit it with my angle grinder and the wire wheel on it. You see, it cleans up nicely. Now let's get some paint on it. Alright, now that we got some paint on it, we're going to let it dry for a little bit. And we'll start assembling the trailing arms, center pin. We'll get this puppy ready to put in. Alright, now that I got my stock beam painted and cleaned up, you can see the torsion arms are on there, some shocks. It's time to get it into the shop, and let's get the rest of it bolted together. And be sure, before you put your bushings into your center pin housing here, you get in there and clean all the gunk out of there. There's a lot of buildup of old grease in there, and it'll make your bushing go in a little bit cross-eyed, and you definitely don't want that. So I get in there with a little wire brush and some degreaser, and I scrub it real good and clean it out before I press my bushings in. The next step was to ream out that bushing, so I rented the ream drill bit from Wolfsburg West, and I took care of that. Although I lost the video, so I can't show you how I did it. The next step was to get the beam back into the van. Of course, it was a hot summer day, and I was in the driveway. But I got it back in, got it down on the ground, and, I was happy with it. The track looked a little wider, so it looked a little bit more sturdy. And, of course, I got my turning radius back. And it's up about 5 inches higher, which I'm pretty happy about. So, like I said, it's back to being a cruiser again. And I don't mind it. See, it's a little high in the front for me, but, I got a fat ass, so as soon as I get it, it drops it back down. So that's my video. I hope you guys liked it. Hope it gave you kind of insight, and thanks for watching Phila TV. By the way, if you want this beam, just private message me. Thanks for watching.